All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We've got some NBA games today. We got a lot of college. So I'm going to give you guys 5 college, posted 11 in the Discord. Absolutely free to join. A link is down below if you guys are not familiar with Discord. This is kind of what the Discord looks like. Very nice and organized. Thank you to Sass who went through and cleaned this up. So it looks nice. But every day, post the prop sheet so you guys can see good matchups, bad matchups. So obviously red is a bad matchup, green is a good matchup. So post those in the morning for everybody. Post injury updates for people. We post all the cards, so all those go in there first. NHL, NBA, college, you name it, NFL, all that stuff. So that's in there. Ladder, bankroll challenge is in there, which we cashed last night. Throw some betting slips in there. Props I like. Yesterday we gave out, Kyrie over 30 points, which he ended up with 36, I believe. But his line was 26.5. So that was a good plus money play there. Lots of good things in here. So a lot of just kind of smack talking and things like that. All very positive. But yeah, it's a great community we're building right now. Up to 64 people. So if you guys are interested in joining, link is down below. Absolutely free to join. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on your PC. But let's get into this card. Get you guys on your way today. We've got an early game today. We've got a 2 p.m. game with the Spurs and the Pacers. Pacers minus 3.5. I like this line. I think they should be able to cover that. No major injury issues. Neither team is on the back-to-back, which we have a ton of those today. So I do like Indiana minus 3.5 at home. They've just been really good at home. 229.5 is, I would say, mid for a Pacers team, high for a Spurs team. I would have a lean towards the under 229.5 in this one. Portland Trail Blazers and the Orlando Magic. Big news for the Magic is we might be getting Franz Wagner back. So we've got Banchero back. Now we might be getting Franz back. So I like this spot for Orlando. Obviously, we kind of see that reflected in a line. Minus 8.5. A little high for an Orlando team. I would lean towards the under 212 for my best bet in this game. But I do think Orlando is able to beat Portland. Couple of plays I do like in that one. We'll talk about them. Miami Heat and the Bucks. We see more Jimmy Butler issues. I posted this in the Discord yesterday. Jimmy Butler just missed his flight for this game. Like, he clearly just trade him, man. He's so toxic. Just trade him, get rid of him. He's causing more harm. Miami +7, can't trust them. Bucks -7 in this contest. They should have Giannis, Lillard. I mean, we should see their normal lineup. They're coming off of rest day, as is Miami. So I like them in this spot. I do like Tyler Heroes over 9.5 rebounds plus assist in this. Almost put Giannis over 12.5 rebounds on the card. Just didn't quite make it, but I do think he goes over this line. Over under of 223.5. I would lean towards the over. Bucks really don't play a ton of defense, but you're counting on Miami hitting some 3-pointers. Kind of always a scary proposition there. Toronto Raptors versus the Atlanta Hawks. So this one, Toronto +4.5 on the road. Just doesn't feel right. That said, Atlanta looked terrible last night, so there's that. I would lean Atlanta -4.5, but not one I want to touch. Just, I think Toronto is kind of trending in a little bit of a better direction. I think I said this a few videos ago. I like the way they look without Emmanuel Quickly, so he is out again tonight. So yeah, just not something I'd have to pick, but I would take Atlanta -4.5, over under of 233.5. That is a little low for an Atlanta team, high for a Toronto team. So I think we'll see a little D in this one. Give me the under 233.5. Mavs and OKC. OKC, man, they were a massive 16.5, 17.5 spread against Utah. And they just let them hang in there until about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So that screwed our Shai Gilgeous-Alexander under 5.5 rebounds. He just absolutely went off last night. Had 54 points and 8 rebounds. So he just absolutely destroyed this, but they kept it tight most of the way. Tonight we see Dallas +13. Not going to take an over-under this size. If anything, I would lean Dallas +13 just because it's pretty high. Over of 221.5. I think that's a bit much. I would lean towards the under, but just don't love this game from picking a team or over under, especially with both teams on a back-to-back here. Gafford has looked fantastic. Damn, he has looked good. So I like him to get a double-double tonight. I think it's a really good spot for him to get a lot of boards. This OKC team does give up a ton of rebounds to the center position. They don't have Holmgren. They don't have Hartenstein. So they've got Jalen Williams playing down low. He's just not a big guy. If you look at Gafford, he's kind of built like a linebacker. So he's a big dude. All right, next one. Let's go. Kings and the Nuggets. So in this one, we got the Kings who kind of toyed around last night. Didn't think they were going to win. Ended up winning. We were on De'Aaron Fox over 5.5 assists. Malik Monk ended up being the guy. So Fox hooked at 5. I do like Malik Monk over 5.5 assists tonight. He's got a beautiful matchup. We'll talk about it. But ultimately, Sacramento plus 8.5 feels pretty good. Going up against this Denver team who's on a roll, honestly. So they've really picked it up, and they play pretty good at home. But 8.5 against this Kings team feels a little heavy. Lean towards the under 241.5. This is a really, really high over-under for kind of both teams. So lean towards the under there, especially with the Kings on a back-to-back. All right, Celtics and the Lakers. God, this Celtics team drives me nuts. Just like last minute, all of a sudden you had Porzingis, Horford, Holiday, all just listed out last night. And they had to get the job done in overtime. So I would say Boston minus 5.5 still a good spot. I would expect Porzingis to play. Tatum's going to play. Like they should have their full starting rotation. So minus 5.5 against the Lakers team. Like something's really odd with this line. This line should not be minus 5.5. So maybe there's some injury news. Something's going to happen today. Maybe Tatum sits, but it's a really weird line. I'd wait and see kind of what's going on with the injury report. It just feels like this should be 8.5, 9.5, to be honest. Over under of 218.5. I would lean towards the over in this game. Bulls and the Warriors. So this one, we see the Bulls plus 1.5. Warriors coming off what'll be a back-to-back tonight. I would say Chicago plus 1.5. I like this spot for them. They should be able to get a decent amount of boards. It's just all about how they shoot. Lean towards the under 230.5 on that. All right. So next one, Washington Wizards and the Clippers. We've got the Clippers minus 13.5. Kind of heavy. We saw Harden sit. I'm sure that was all part of the plan. So we should have Kawhi. We should have Harden. I don't mind minus 13.5, but I'm not taking a spread that big. I would lean more towards the under 224.5. This is a high line for a Clippers team that does actually play defense. So that is where I'm at with those. Let's get into the plays and get you guys on your way. All right, first play on the card today is going to be Benedict Mathurin for the Pacers, over 4.5 rebounds. He's over this in 20 of his last 30 games, so he's got a pretty good sustained hit rate. The Spurs are 25th in terms of rebounds allowed to the shooting guard position, so really good matchup for him. I also like Pascal Siakam over 19.5 points. Didn't pull the trigger on it, but man, the matchup's really good. One that almost made the card, but didn't quite get there. Denny Advidila, however you say his name, I like him to go over 11.5 rebounds plus assists at plus money. I mean, he's been torching this line. He's over this line in 4 straight. He's over this in 6 of his last 8. Portland's got some injury issues. There's going to be some guys that will be out tonight, so it just opens up even more opportunities for him. Orlando 29th in rebounds allowed to the small forward position, 24th in assists allowed to the small forward position. So I like both these spots for him. Rebound line 7.5. I think the assist line is 3.5. So maybe 4.5 on the assist, actually. Paolo Banchero over 7.5 rebounds. I like this line, but I will also caution you with Franz coming back. What will that look like? I don't know. He does tend to get more rebounds with Franz in the lineup. We don't know when his minute's going to be back. Is he actually coming back? So there's some question marks in this one, but I just expect Portland to shoot terrible. If we look at recent history, they've just not been making shots, and they've been giving up a ton of rebounds. He's only over this in 3 of his last 10 games, but his minutes are coming back up. Played 32 minutes in his last game. I would expect him probably to be somewhere around that, maybe a minute or 2 over. So has a really good opportunity here. He hit this in the first half of their last game. So I like this spot. Jacob Podol under 10.5 rebounds. It's the only under I took today. He's under this in 7 of his last 10 games. Atlanta's 18th in rebounds to the center position. So I think there is a very good chance he goes under this here. Tyler Hero over 9.5 rebounds plus assists. Hero scares me. I don't like taking him for anything, but it's such a good spot. Without Jimmy Butler, he is over this in 8 of his last 9 games. So I do like this spot tonight. I think there are definitely going to be some opportunities for rebounds and assists for him. He doesn't have a good matchup to score points, so I think he's going to have to do something. Daniel Gafford, double-double. So we need 10 rebounds, 10 points. Unlikely he would get 10 assists. But like I said, OKC gives up a lot of rebounds to the center position. He has a huge mismatch when you look at Gafford and Williams. Both of these teams are on a back-to-back. Hopefully he continues to play the minutes he's been playing. He's going to play 30-plus minutes with the news yesterday that Lively is going to be out 2 to 3 months with a fracture in his leg or something like that. So Gafford is now the guy. Domantas Sabonis over 12.5 rebounds. He had 14 in the last game against Denver on December 16th. He's over this in 7 of his last 10. Denver gives up a ton of boards to the center position. I kind of just look back to when Wemby had to play Denver, I think 2 times in 3 days, and he had like 20 and 18 rebounds. So you give me Sabonis over 12.5 rebounds, I cannot turn that down. This guy is a rebound machine. And then last play on the card is going to be Malik Monk over 5.5 assists. He's over this in 9 of his last 10 games. Denver 29th in assists allowed to the shooting guard position. So wonderful matchup. Couldn't ask for a better matchup here to get some assists. So love that spot. A lot of other plays I like too that I'm going to be looking at throughout the day as injury reports come out. We'll post those in the Discord. Like I said, link is down below. Absolutely free to join. In terms of college basketball, so we've got 11 plays posted in the Discord. Give you guys the 5 plays here. So Vermont minus 15.5. This is a big line, but God, I think they win by 20 plus. UMBC and Albany under 160, just a little high. I've got this coming out at about 153, 154. Marist minus 3. I think they win by 6 or 7. Marshall minus 5. I've got this at about minus 7.5. So getting good value there. And then Manhattan minus 4.5. I've got them winning by somewhere between 6.5, 7.5. So good margins there. And like I said, we've got 6 more plays posted in the Discord. So hopefully you guys come join the community. It's an awesome community. Thank you guys for tuning in. Full transparency, guys, we've been ice cold in the NBA. And I mean ice cold. We went 1-5 yesterday. We went 1-4 the day before, 0-5 the day before that. So the last 3 days have been just dreadful. But that is betting, guys. It's ebbs and flows. You can be an absolute rock star and then just be ice cold. So I think we're going to turn it around. If we look at the last place from yesterday, the recap real quick, Cade Cunningham over 5.5 rebounds. He got the job done. Oscar Thompson, love this spot. I mean, this is Amin Thompson's like twin brother, I think. Amin Thompson we had both the brothers on the card and they did the opposite. So Oscar did nothing. He had 1 rebound, 1 assist. Shai Gilgeous went nuts on the rebounds. Amin Thompson, that was a terrible read on me. I wasn't sure about the Evan Mobley effect, and it was substantial. So I think Evan Mobley in the lineup, he doesn't get that. But he had so many rebounds. He only almost doubled this. And then John Morant under 7.5 assists. I love this read. It was just perfect. They could not miss. If Ja passed, it went in. So not much you can do when he went damn near 100% on assists. So it is what it is. And then De'Aaron Fox, like I said, we needed 6 assists. He hooked us at 5. So Malik Monk ended up with 9. So Fox actually had a decent amount of potential assists. They just didn't go in. So that's the way it goes. But all right, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. And I will catch you guys in the next video.